Hi. So hello, this is my first video. Welcome. I wanted to make a video about shifting because it's something that I'm really interested in at the moment. Personally, I haven't shifted yet and I've become very close. So I really wanted to make a video on like tips that I've learned that have helped. If I get anything wrong in the video, please let me know if I'm spreading any false information. But this is what I found from YouTube videos, from TikTok. I know some TikToks can be like giving false information, and just from online. But I'm just basically gonna be documenting my journey on trying to shift to my desired reality. I'm not gonna be telling anyone my desired reality, script, because I kind of want to keep that personal. But I'm gonna be talking about some tips and tricks for shifting, stuff that can help, and also some stuff to include in your script. Tip number 1 is to drink water. I know everyone probably knows this, but for me personally, drinking water is really hard. So I recommend to have it in like tea or coffee if you use water in your coffee and like not milk. Also, cordial really helps me drink water, and I also need to keep it icy. So like I also recommend using like a thermal bottle. I don't know what it's called, but use one of those. Tip number 2 is to not tell yourself that shifting is hard, because if you tell yourself shifting is hard, then it kind of sets a really high expectation for yourself. If you tell yourself it's easy and that it's like as easy as something, maybe add into your affirmations like shifting is as easy as sneezing. I don't know, breathing, as easy as something that's really, really, really easy that you do a lot, because that will kind of make it, I don't know, tap into your subconscious. I read about it somewhere. Tip number 3 is to take breaks, because obviously shifting, like you're shifting into different realities. I mean, it's going to be really, mentally draining, especially during these times. We're already all mentally drained. So obviously everything's like really mentally draining and really stressful at the moment with online schooling and everything. And so it's definitely important to take breaks, whether it's every other day you try to shift, or even 3 times. If you have a lot of mental things going on, maybe take a break every 3 days or something. Tip number 4 is to meditate. Now I found that meditating really helps me with literally anything. I like to meditate with crystals, and some of the crystals that I found that help with shifting, my research, is lapis and clear quartz. So I also heard that malachite really helps as well, but I don't really have any of that. But here is lapis. It's just a really nice blue crystal, and it really helps you get in touch with your mind and think clearly and get in touch with your higher self. And clear quartz, I have it in a pendulum, is used for like amplifying things. It also has some other healing properties, but I can't really remember them. But they're used for amplifying other crystals, and I really like, using that. But comment below if you want me to do a video on how to cleanse your crystals, because mine are due for some cleansing. But I really like to meditate with my crystals on the chakras. I could do a video on that if you guys would like, and I use this book. So the book is called The Crystal Healer by Philip Permut. Sorry if I pronounce his name wrong, but this is the book. It's got everything in it. It has to cleanse your crystals, how to meditate with them. It's got a little crystal dictionary, and it's really helped me learn more about crystals. It's like for beginners, and I believe that this man had chronic illnesses and cured himself. I'm not really sure too much from the background, but I think that's the history behind it. Tip number 5 is to visualize anytime, anywhere. Just sometimes maybe you're getting a glass of water, you might want to just think about it and visualize your reality. Something that really helps me is using the 5 senses, so hearing, smell, touch, taste, sight, just like really feel like you're living the experience in this reality, because we are actually we're constantly shifting reality. I mean, there is a reality where I didn't decide to do this video and where I just sat in bed and watched Netflix. Tip number 6 is to use affirmations and subliminals. I used subliminals for a bit and it didn't really work for me, but it could work for other people. And subliminals is basically music with, I don't know too much about them, but it's basically music with whispering in the background that taps into your subconscious. People use it for their looks a lot. I did use one for my nose and I did feel some pressure, but it didn't really help that much. I think subliminals are very good. You just search up some ones for meditation and for shifting, and there's also some really strong ones to amplify other subliminals. You can also make them yourself, search up some stuff like that on YouTube, and yeah, subliminals are also on YouTube. there are some very generous people who post them, which is great. Tip number 7 is to keep consistent with your methods. So I use the Raven method and Julia method mixed together. I'm not going to explain those ones, but I find that is the best one. Keep consistent with that. So don't, like I said before, don't do it every day, but I mean like don't switch your method every single time you try to shift, because that can... What? Okay. That can kind of confuse your subconscious, I guess. Tip number 8 is to listen to theta waves, I think it's called. I haven't used any of those yet, but I've heard that they help. And apparently the recommended is 6HZ, and I don't know, I can't remember how you say that properly, but that's what I know. Tip number 9 is to get rid of all doubt. There are some videos on YouTube that I've seen that are for people who doubt themselves shifting, but if you don't believe it, then it makes it definitely very hard for it to happen. I need to work on that personally myself, because obviously I know it's a real thing. I mean, everyone, not everyone, but most people have, done it. I need to work on that. And then lastly, tip number 10, don't watch anything like horror movies beforehand, because I've seen some stories where people watch a horror movie and they shift to the horror movie. So say you're trying to shift to Hogwarts, you should watch Harry Potter beforehand. Another thing is to not get too attached to it, because I just wanted to add that on, because if you get too attached and think about what you want, like say you want to have blonde hair, if you think about it so much that you want it really bad, then it's not very likely to happen. I've heard that someone said that, I saw it online somewhere, but they basically said that if you did have blonde hair, you wouldn't think about wanting it because you already have it. You wouldn't think about it as much. But if you want something, then you think about it quite a lot. So you've got to kind of think about it as if you already have it. Oh, another thing I want to add is scripting is not necessary. A lot of people say it is necessary because you could die, but not necessary. Also, I'm really confused with the whole thing, if you can die in your DR. I'm not really sure about that. So I don't think you can, but I'm not sure. So I'll have to do some more research on that. I'm moving on to the scripting section. So I just wanted to share a few things that I wrote in my script just for the end of this video. This video isn't about scripting, it's just a few things that extra bits that you guys might want to add. Comment down below if you want me to share some manifesting experiences. I'm really into manifesting as well, so I could just do a journey on that. But I basically did some rules, like I cannot die in my DR, I cannot get hurt in my DR. So I make sure to put in my DR because, I don't want to get confused. And also I'll read this before I try and shift. I don't have any fears in my DR. I cannot be ill or catch diseases in my DR. I have perfect health, etc. And I also did I cannot get stuck in my DR. 10 minutes in my current reality is 1 week, and also include personality traits and the way you want to look, if you want to stay the same or if you want to change a few things. I decided to just stay the same. I also did how to exit, so I said to leave my DR I clapped 3 times, so if I want to leave. And also very important, once I decide to come back to my DR, I will pick up where I left off. Again, you don't need to script, but I feel like that's something that I wanted to keep it. And also I have yet to write that when I'm in my DR, my clone, which is my CR, which is current reality. DR is dream reality and CR is current reality, by the way, will be sleeping, because I don't want to be awake and then come back to my CR and be like, whoa, what just happened? So yeah, it's quite a scary thing actually. I'm a bit scared, but I really want to do this because I really want to get to my dream reality. It's not Hogwarts, by the way. I know everyone's doing Hogwarts. It's not a movie. It's just a few bits and bobs I want to change. Well, I say a few bits and bobs. I have no enemies in my DR, and again, very important, COVID-19 does not exist in my DR. Also, I think I'm going to put any other diseases. Also, I always have money in my DR, so just important things that just make sure I don't go through any life issues, and I'll just oh shit, well, this backfired. And then some other things like my zodiac sign, my birthday, my height, my weight, my name. I changed my name a bit. Things like that. If you guys want a more detailed explanation on scripts, I can do another video on that. Basically, just comment below what video ideas you have for me. about shifting or, you know, scripting, manifestation. But that's the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed some of my tips and tricks that I've seen everywhere. But stay healthy, look after yourself, especially during these times. I'll see you in the next video.